We are officially halfway through the year. It's June. And Jones Road just launched their summer travel makeup kit. This bag is from last year, but I have all the products from this year's kit. I went for the medium kit because Pinch Cheeks is honestly one of my top favorite miracle balms. Before I start on this makeup look, I did prep my skin. I used the Tata Harper Water Lock. I love this because it comes in an airless container, so you just pump out for the moisturizer. This is a great lightweight option for the summertime. I've also been using the Rich Eye Cream. This is not a lightweight option for the summertime. It's actually a pretty thick consistency. If you're used to the regular eye cream from Jones Road, this will be quite a difference. It feels pretty dense, but as someone with dry skin, I've been loving it in the morning and at night. To start the makeup look, I'll be using the gel bronzer in medium. This is water-based. If you have a foundation that's not water-based, you might find that this will pill on the skin. It comes with a squeeze tube. I'll start with this tiny little squibble. The kit also features their buff brush, which is actually pretty small in person. I think it looks bigger on camera. This is honestly not the brush that I'd use when applying liquid or cream bronzer. I'd use a brush like this. These bristles are a bit more forgiving. I'll use both so you can see what it looks like. Now this is actually a great brush for a liquid product. The Shimmer oil, this would be perfect to put on your shoulders and collarbone. I have the Patrick Ta. This is something I'd pair with this brush, more of a body glow. I'll go ahead and press that into the brush. We'll place this bronzer onto the hollows of the cheeks and onto the tops, pretty much anywhere the sun naturally touches. This bronzer has a tiny bit of red undertone to it, but not a bad red. Your skin, when you've been kissed by the sun, naturally can have a little redness to it. So this mimics that natural sun-kissed look. Smear it all over the forehead. I like to work it into the hairline so there's no stark contrast up there. Always start small and work your way up. I'll switch over to this brush, pressing it into my hand. I'll place this right on the top, working my way towards the back. This also offers a natural, almost matte finish. It doesn't have any sheen to it, which is actually pretty surprising because most products from Jones Road tend to have a sheen or a glow to it, but this one's just much more natural. I like to put a little right on the top of the nose. I'll move into the natural light so you can see it in that lighting too. Moving on to the eyes, this kit has the best pencil in brown, which is honestly the best one. I'm gonna be really loose with my application because this is an easy summer look. I'll throw it just on the outer corners. I'm not drawing one long line. That's when your line can get wobbly. And then I'll take my finger and just blend it out a little bit. I'm also keeping the liner on the outer corners of the eyes. I'm not bringing it all the way to the inner corner. I find it looks a bit more natural. It's just a personal preference. Moving on to the sparkle wash. This is the shade Gilded. It has a golden champagne sparkle. It almost has this lip gloss-like applicator to it. You could rub some on your finger and press a little on if you were a little shy with the sparkle. But if you want more intense, you can go straight onto the eyelid. This is a wet product. It'll dry down, but while it's still wet, that's when you want to move it around. Tapping this out, you can see how sheer it becomes. Jones Road missed an opportunity by not including the mascara. This is a summertime essential. It's not waterproof, but I've never had issues with it in super hot weather. It doesn't transfer or flake. Some mascaras tend to do that to me throughout the day. This holds really well. If you have small, tiny lashes, I may recommend a different wand just because this is such a huge wand. You might find yourself poking yourself in the eye, which course is not fun. If you'd like an alternative, I recommend the Say mascara. Power 28 also has a smaller wand too, so you can really get into your lash line. Those are both great clean alternatives. I'll also link everything below in the description box so you can take a peek at everything I use. This is probably my all-time favorite part. We have the Miracle Balm. This is the mini size. It's 0.3 ounces in comparison to your 1.75 ounces here. I have a full size of pinched cheeks, which is what I'll be using today. Rubbing this across the fingers. It's important to break the seal. You want to press through the surface so that you can pick up that pigment. If your fingers are clear, that means you haven't broken the seal yet. I've got some color on my fingers. We'll tap this right onto the apples of the cheeks, working the color right into this area right here. This offers a little more pigment than Dusty Rose, but it's along the same lines as Flushed in Miami Beach. You can use this as a blush, but it's still pretty sheer. If you want to build it up, you can always add more, or you could pair it with a lip and cheek stick. To even out the flush, you can add to the top of the nose. You could add a little bit onto the forehead. I'll even put a little bit up where I struggle with some of those tiny baby hairs. This can also be a pretty color on the lips. I feel like it's a little bit lighter than my own lip color. I have the Cool Gloss in Pink Gold Shimmer. This is also one of the best colors. If you find that any clear oil comes up when you squeeze it, go ahead and screw that on nice and tight and massage those natural oils around. When you're storing it, lay it flat rather than upright. That'll also help keep everything bound together. This does have a menthol pepperminty smell. If that's a concern of yours, I'd recommend the Lippy Stick as an alternative. That really doesn't have much of a smell. Here's the finished summer makeup look. The star of the show, in my opinion, is the gel bronzer and the Mini Miracle Balm. Perfect for creating a little faux tan for those of us trying to avoid the sun this summer. I'll show you what the makeup looks like in the direct sunlight too. The sparkles add a really fun touch. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.